Hello again, folks, and a warm welcome back to the Celtic Forever podcast. I'm Xander. We've got John here to go through everything that's happened over the weekend. Celtic 3, Motherwell 2. We'll go through all the latest news surrounding Celtic and Scottish football in general. We'll go through all the news because there's a lot happening. So let's get right into this because there's a whole load to go through. Right, John, first of all, how you doing?
Good. Very good after yesterday.
Yeah, it was getting to the stage where it was looking like it was going to be another disastrous weekend, and then Celtic get the last minute, if you like, winner. But we'll go through all that, John. We will go through all the game bit by bit. We'll break it all down. We'll go through the stats and everything, John, like we always do. We'll do that in about 20 minutes time. But I want to start with the news then, John, because it was a good weekend as regards to everything else that happened around about Scottish football, apart from Hearts scoring the last minute winner on, was it Friday night they played? I can't remember. Anyway, they got that last minute winner anyway, John, so put them 5 points clear. Celtic needed the win to pull it back to 2 points, and we did get that win, John. But let's get into the news first, John. Let's get into that first. In fact, before I get into the news, the competition, league on your right-hand side there, one person got it right, and well done to the Mad Scotsman getting a 3-2 guess. That was a brilliant wee guess from the Mad Scotsman. So he's up there with John and Roseanne and Collins, I think it is, on 6 points as well. So congratulations to the Mad Scotsman. There's no game this week for the predictor, folks. So I have picked a game out for the predictor. If anyone wants to put a wee guess in, get yourself 3 points on the board. And it's one we don't normally talk about, really. It's the Celtic B team, John. So Celtic B play Berwick in the Cup, John, the Challenge Cup on, I think it's Sunday. Sorry, no Berwick, sorry, that's who they played last week, wasn't it, John? Who is it they play? East Fife, play East Fife in the Challenge Cup. So if you want to get a wee guess in for East Fife versus Celtic, away game for the B team, one guess each into the comments. You get it right, you get 3 points, help you get up that league table. Right, that's enough of that, John. That's enough of that because there's a lot to get through. Let's start with, well, where else can we start but Russell Martin getting sacked, John, because it does affect Celtic. That's who we've been up against over the last 112 days or as he's been in charge. He's no longer there. He got sacked last night. And I think it's pretty pathetic, John, the treatment this guy got from the Rangers supporters. He got nothing but abuse, nothing but total abuse from the Rangers fans, outside the Falkirk Stadium. There's just no need for that, John, is there?
No, absolutely no need for it. It's they went on about Celtic fans slapping the Celtic bus in the COVID season. That's worse. Singling out a man for abuse, a man at his work. Make the guy, I mean, every time the camera goes on to the guy, you feel sorry for him. The abuse that he takes are unbelievable. There's other ways to protest. But I was listening to their fans yesterday and they're an utter disgrace, to be honest with you. The travelling fans, I thought they were disgraceful. Despicable behaviour. And after the game as well. During and after the game. But there you go. I mean, they're not happy with their manager. I mean, you've got to look at it. What else can you do if you're not happy with your manager? There isn't really a lot more you can do, but you don't have to be as abusive as that.
Yeah, it's toxic. It's absolutely toxic, John. For the images I saw anyway. As you say, it's just a man doing his job. Okay, he didn't do a very good job over there at Rangers, but he is just doing his job. He's just in the door. He's trying to find his feet. And for that treatment to be dished out to any individual in this world, John, is absolutely disgusting. So good luck to Russell Martin anyway, whatever he does next, because he seems like a decent guy. To be honest with you, all joking aside, he seems like a decent guy, and he gets that very, very harsh treatment at the Falkirk Stadium.
He does. I mean, I'll tell you who else got equal treatment. Another decent wee guy, I thought Russell Martin. He did come across as a decent guy. He didn't come across as unlikable like some of the managers, like probably most of the managers, to be honest with you. But Giovanni Van Bronckhorst, he got kind of no as bad treatment as that, but they despised that wee guy, and he was again another Rangers manager I actually quite liked.
Yeah, he was a nice enough man, wasn't he? And he got the harsh treatment as well. So the nicer you are, the harsher the treatment looks to be the situation over there. But that's the aim, John. Let's get into the actual football side of it then, John, because it does, affect Celtic, and we can talk about it, because we now wonder who we've got up next for Brendan Rodgers to get sacked. Obviously, the favourites are Sean Dyche, Van Bommel, Steven Gerrard, Slippy G, Derek McInnes. They've even thrown Derek McInnes in, who I don't think would go anywhere near the Rangers job, John, to be honest with you. 12 points ahead of Rangers in the league at the moment, sitting top of the table. I don't think he'd go anywhere near that poison chalice. Hello.
Sorry, the mouse wouldn't work there. And not Derek McInnes would not go near that. He's knocked him back before, sure. So why would he take it on now? He's doing a good job at Hearts. He's not going to get into a place like that where it's turmoil. There's no chance he'll take that.
Totally agree, John. Totally agree. So, to be honest with you, I couldn't care less who they get, to be honest with you. Because whoever it is, he'll just get the same treatment as what Russell Martin got, to be honest with you. That's enough of that, John. Enough of going on about Rangers and their woes. We've got enough woes of our own at the moment, to be honest with you. The Celtic fan groups are going to have the meeting with the board tonight, John, Monday night. That's going to happen later on tonight. So it'll be interesting to hear what the outcome of that is, John.
Aye, well, we live in hope. Hope something positive comes out of that. But I'm not very optimistic when it comes to the Celtic board. Look, there's something's got to be ironed out, and it's got to be done during this break. There's got to be some kind of big announcement from the Celtic board that settles the team, settles the fans, and brings that unity back to the club again.
Yeah, and I think we'll get something ironed out over this international break, John. I really do. And I just reminded myself that, John, we're in the middle of the start of an international break. Honestly, to goodness, it's just mind-numbing. It really is. Anyway, John, I know a lot of people do like the international break, but us too, we can be doing without it. But maybe this 2-week break, John, a wee chance for things to settle down at Celtic, let the manager get the players that are still available onto the training ground. The players that are away on international duty can get away from Celtic for a few days to get it out of their mind for a few days and hopefully come back fully refreshed.
Aye, well, this is it. I think the break's come at a good time for Celtic, to be honest with you. I'm glad it's come at that time. So, aye. I noticed the Canadian manager, international manager, talking about Alistair Johnson should be fit to play for Canada. Now, that's what I didn't want to happen during this break. A guy that's been out injured for 2 months, then, or however long it is, and right away Canada are sniffing about him, trying to get him right back into the Canadian team. No, that can't happen. He's not ready to do that.
No, he's not even match fit, John. So that's I don't know who it was that said that, John, but that is absolutely a no chance whatsoever. Was that the Canada manager that said that? I take it.
Aye. Can't mind his name, but he was talking about that. That's not going to happen.
No, that's never going to happen, John. It's too much of a risk. He's not even fully fit anyway. Never mind match fit. So no, that's a absolute nonsense. They can sniff somewhere else. Right, John. Let's move on then. Hearts trying to get the last.
What was it Peter Jakey says about sniffing?
Was it? I don't know. Was it? I can't remember.
We can't say it on a family podcast.
The only one I remember for still game with the sniffing was in the Nothouse one, when the wee guy comes up and says, "Smell that? It's the good stuff."
That was sniff my manky, you know the other word.
Aye, that one. Okay. Right, okay. Enough of ring talk. Hearts, John, they get that last minute win. You know, if it wasn't for that last minute or even last second, whatever it was, winner against the High Bees, John. I mean, they done nothing in the game. They still won the game. I heard the BBC, I think it was Lee McLeod saying on the BBC, the mark of champions. That was his actual words, John. The mark of champions. What do you think of that, John?
Well, it is the mark of champions. That's what champions do, innit? They struggle in a game and then score a winner out of nowhere. That's what you generally see from champions. Now, they're no champions, so you shouldn't be saying that for a start. But it is the kind of thing that teams that tend to be champions, they tend to get the job done, no matter how they're performing. So I can understand why he says that, but Hearts champions, that ain't going to happen, trust me.
Yeah, that's right, John. And I remember Rangers scoring a few last minute goals in there. They were never champions either, were they? So, no, absolutely nonsense, Lee McLeod. You know, still 34 games, or 33 games still to go. Laughable, absolutely laughable with the BBC. And by the way, just touching on the BBC before getting full, and I've not saw this, and I've not read it, but I have saw it over on Facebook that the BBC were putting up posts when Celtic were drawn 2 each, that's another 2 points gained on Celtic, John. This is the kind of thing we're up against with this BBC, to be honest with you. Opening their mouth, bumming their gums together, John, when the games aren't even finished yet. Celtic gets a late winner and Rangers lose a late equaliser to put them even further behind Celtic. So that's just the BBC all over the back, John.
Well, their own team isn't doing too well. Rangers, I mean, they're sitting 8th in the league, 9 points behind Celtic, 11 points behind Hearts. So their own team isn't doing too well. So they've got to pick the next best thing, I suppose, for in their eyes, for them, which is Hearts. So they're going to be all Hearts supporters until they start slipping and sliding like Aberdeen did. Aberdeen went on a better run. They went 10 games unbeaten. Hearts are only at 7 right now. And look, they get carried away, didn't they? We know they get carried away. Hearts only going to win the league. I'll tell you that right now. I'll put a bet on right now with anybody that wants to take it on, £100 bet if you think Hearts are going to win the league. That's how confident I am. I don't even gamble. And I'll tell you right now, Hearts will not win that league. Come December, Celtic will be top of that league by about 12 points.
Yeah, I'm more than confident that's going to be the case. But no, the BBC, people wonder why we're going about them. But now you're hearing other people mentioning them now, John, because I felt it was only us that was going on about the BBC, and not just the BBC, all the other press in Scotland. But there you've got it all over Facebook. They were calling them scum. You know, I think that's a bit harsh, to be honest with you. But we have been mentioning the BBC for quite a wee while, you know, and some of the stuff on the BBC is quite good. I enjoy some of the stuff, but when it comes to their favourite club, John, Rangers, then Celtic are a second best or a third best, if you like, because they just want their favourite club to do well, and that's the bottom line. But anyway, Lee McLeod, no, Hearts are not going to win the league. I can't see it anyway. But stranger things have happened. You just look at Leicester down in England a few years ago. They won the league, but I'm sure Celtic will come good very soon. And at the end of the day, John, we're only 2 points behind anyway. It's not as if we're sitting 10 points behind Hearts, is it?
No. Look, Hearts are going to slip up. I guarantee they'll slip up. Now you've got Aberdeen starting to hit form as well. With a great 4-0 win at the weekend. And there's other teams that can take points off Hearts. I fancy to take points off them. I thought Hibs should have beat them. St Mirren's there. Celtic's there. Rangers are there still. Rangers can take points off of them. Who else is there? Kilmarnock, another decent team. I'm not sure who Hearts have played this season so far in their quest to get to top of the league. But look, there's only 7 games gone. The season's just kicked off. And they're talking about Hearts being league champ. That is not going to happen. For a start, they've not got the players for it, and they haven't got the manager for it either. Derek McInnes ain't get the manager abilities to make Hearts champions, I don't think. I just don't think he's got it.
No, they've not got the experience, John. But, you know, we'll wait to see what happens. McInnes might end up going to Rangers, and then they're left looking for a new manager. Anything can happen, John. Anything.
No, if that was him, I'd stay where he is.
Yeah. But maybe, knocking it back the last time he thought he'd made a mistake, and maybe he'll go. But we'll find out in the next few days. All I know is that as one of the commenters said in the comments, Loch Lomond will be a very lonely place without Russell Martin, John. Very lonely. Right, John, let's get into the game then. Celtic 3, Motherwell 2. It was a good game, actually, John. It was a good game, but it was hard to watch for us Celtic fans and supporters, John. It was a tough watch. The stadium not full to capacity again. We need to get these wee problems ironed out, get things back up and running. Even the manager's saying things are not 100% right throughout the club just now. Even the manager's coming out and saying it. So hopefully after tonight, John, Monday night, when these meetings are taking place, we can see light at the end of the tunnel with regards to that. But we did take the lead in this one, John, in the actual for the penalty. In the 28th minute, a good spot by the referee. He pointed to the spot before it even went to VAR, so a good spot by the ref. Then Stamatopoulos, whatever his name is, John, he scored a double to put Motherwell ahead, a penalty in 44 minute, a goal, in the 44th minute, and then a penalty in the 56th minute to put Motherwell 2-1 ahead. Then we've got Nygren with the equaliser, a blunder from their defence in the 69th minute, passes it straight to Nygren, didn't he? That was quite funny, actually, because they were playing quite well from the back, playing out from the back, and then they done that to give Celtic a wee chance in this game. And then, because we didn't like scoring up to that point, and then we get the winner in the 93rd minute, Daizen Maeda, great assist from our new boy, Balak Wisha. Hopefully he can kick on from there. But we'll talk about that in a wee minute, John. But 93rd minute winner. What was your thoughts and feelings, John, when that ball hit the net in the 93rd minute?
Yeah, I still felt there's a long way to go.
Did you?
4 minutes of extra injury time left. I was like, this game could go either way. It's 50-50.
I know, it was a hard watch, but exciting at the same time. And that feeling when that ball hits the net to go ahead after let's be honest, it was quite dire, wasn't it? As a neutral, you're enjoying it. A 3-2 game is always good for the neutral, but John, for Celtic supporters and fans, it was dire. I don't know what's wrong at Celtic just now. It doesn't matter who he starts, whether he starts with Nygren and Engels or whether he starts with Bernardo and Luke McCowan. I think the problem seems to be in the midfield just now. I don't think he knows who he's going to pick. And obviously the forwards are still scoring goals. That goes without saying. But now the defence is beginning to ship goals as well, John. That's another 2 goals conceded for the goalkeeper, Casper. Anthony Ralston, I don't understand why young Donovan wasn't starting this one, John, but he's trying to rotate the squad, understand that. But it was a ball given away by Ralston, a very slack ball, which led to their equaliser, John. We just really need to cut out these very bad mistakes.
Donovan must have been injured. Wasn't even on the bench. So that's why Ralston started. I think Ralston was very poor on that occasion, giving the ball away like that. I think it was just a heavy touch. I don't even think he tried to pass it or anything. He just tried to take it, and it came off him and right to a Motherwell player. So, I was surprised to see Schmeichel starting as well.
Yeah, that was a surprise. Everybody was shouting for the new boy to start, John. And he's on the bench again, so it must have been giving him another chance. As regards to the goals that Casper conceded, not much you can do about a penalty. And the goal that they equalised with, the sort of a low header similar to Daizen's. In fact, the game is very similar from both sides, wasn't it? 2 penalties and 2 low sort of headers in between the defenders. But I don't think the keeper could have done much about that either, John, to be perfectly honest with you. But it's another 2 goals conceded for Kasper Schmeichel. But he does pull off another couple of saves, so that's what he's there for. We'll get to the individual player scorings very soon, because that'll be quite interesting. Because what I'm going to do this week, John, is link them up to the BBC individual player scorings. So you can give us yours, and then I'll tell you what the BBC says as well, John. So that'll be interesting, something new. Who else did we have? Sriracha giving away the penalty, John. Stone Waller for me, that one. Although it's a very light clip, he does clip his ankle or his foot, John. It's at the time I was shouting nowhere near a penalty, but when you watch that rerun, he does clip him, doesn't he?
Aye, it stands in his foot.
Yeah.
Penalty all day, 100% penalty. I thought he boy dived at first, but no, good call. It was a penalty.
Was a penalty, and he buries it well, to be fair to that boy. And it wasn't over exuberant with his celebrations. Not me seeing him run up to the fans and jump into the crowd, and the game's not even finished yet, but they're acting as though they've won the game. But he wasn't too bad, that boy. And a double at Celtic Park, John. There's not many players that come to Celtic Park and grab themselves a double, but he did. So well done to him. Moving on, the error, John, by the Motherwell defence. They were playing out from the backs very nicely, John, all through that game until the equaliser, John. A pass direct to a Celtic player inside the box. It reminded me of the Rangers goalkeeper passing the ball direct to, I think it was the boy that came from Motherwell, wasn't it? He scored as well. The Rangers keeper passed it direct to, I can't remember his name, to be honest with you. And he buried it, John. It was very similar to that. And Daizen does the exact same thing, John. Takes the gift, buries it, says thank you very much. Decent finish, John. I suppose there's still a goalkeeper and a defender still to beat, but he buries it and brings us back into the game at 2 each. But that was a bad blunder after some nice play from the back from Motherwell all through that game.
You talking about Turnbull?
Turnbull, that's him, aye.
I don't remember him scoring in a derby match. Then again, my memory's terrible, but there you go. I was trying to think of players Celtic got off Motherwell that scored in derby games. Scott McDonald was one of them. He scored in a few derby games.
No, Turnbull, John. The goalkeeper turned McLaughlin, I think it was, who played for Rangers, kicked the ball. I think it was the 4-0 game. Kicked the ball straight to Turnbull and he buries it. It was the exact same as that, John. The exact same goal as well. Exact same end. So maybe there's something about that end of the stadium. But no, this one, John, that was after them doing so well, playing out from the back. Obviously, that's direction from the manager. But the guy should have just booted up the park, to be honest with you.
Aye. Yeah, I should have. I remember that goal now with Turnbull. I don't think the Rangers one was as bad as that. I mean, that's 10 yards out. He's passed it right to Nygren. Nobody's going to miss for there. Empty net. Aye, that was a shocking error, that. But look, we'll take it. And I was thinking that during the game, I was thinking the only way we're going to get back into this is there's a Motherwell error. And there was. Honestly, I was thinking that at the time. I just don't see scoring unless they make an enormous error. And they did make an enormous error. And we'll take it.
Yeah, we'll wrap that error up and gift paper and take it all day long. Not a problem. And then we get to the winner then, John. Yeah. Some nice play, John. We're pushing and pushing for this, to be fair to the boys. The last 10 minutes of that game, we'd certainly up the pace, up the ante a wee bit from first gear, maybe into third gear possibly, looking for that winning goal. And it comes, John, from a nice assist from Bilek Wiesel, to be fair. He whips that ball in with pace and accuracy. And all it needs is a touch of anybody, John, and that ball is flying into the net. And that anybody is our very own Daizen Maeda, who stoops low, similar to the Motherwell goal, stoops low, bullet header again. He's brilliant with the heat, Daizen, actually, isn't he? Bullets it into the net, past the goalkeeper. Just a feeling of relief all round, John, all round the stadium. And you can imagine the feeling elsewhere in the country when that ball hit the net, John. For example, Tynecastle, Edinburgh, Falkirk, Rangers, these areas, they would have been absolutely sick with that, John. And that's what makes it all the sweeter.
Aye, that was great. It was really amazing to watch. Good afternoon all over. Falkirk doing a great job there. They should actually pummeled Rangers the chances they had. But they never. They got away with a point. A very lucky point for Rangers, that was. But we're not here to talk about them. We're here to talk about the Celtic. Daizen Maeda. Outstanding wee cross from Bilek Wiesel. I'm surprised he went with the head, actually, because it was right into an area where there was a lot of players. Now you're risking taking a kick to the head, diving so low down like that. So that was very brave of Daizen.
Yeah, very brave. He's putting his head where there's boots flying, and that's just the type of player that we've got there in Daizen Maeda, John. And I hope he can sort this mess out as well. With him wanting to leave, hopefully he changes his mind. I can't see it, mind you, but hopefully he changes his mind, and we've got him for the rest of the season at least, John.
Aye, well, that's what we're all hoping for. We'll see what happens. Keep an eye on that one with Daizen. We don't know what's happening there. He certainly celebrated his goal like it was his first goal for Celtic.
Yeah, that's we're going to miss him if he leaves in the January window, John. We're really going to miss him. So we'll wait and see, as you say. We can only keep an eye on it. Okay, John. This is what we're going to do the 1 to 10 a wee bit differently from now on, because this is quite interesting. You give us your score, John, and I'll not give any scores from now on. We'll just get your score, John, if you don't mind, and then we'll put it next to the BBC's. See what the difference in thought level is, right, John, from the BBC Scotland to you, John. And we'll start, right? We'll actually start. In fact, John, we'll just do what you normally do, going through the 1 to 10 individual player rankings, John. And then after you do one, I'll give the BBC's. On you go, buddy.
All right, Kasper Schmeichel, I don't think, again, he never had his best game. Nothing he could do about the penalty, the goal. Don't know if he could have done anything about that. There was a moment it looked like a pass back and he dived on it and caught it.
That's right.
I thought there was going to be a definite pass back given for that. I think it was Carter Vickers that did it. It was heading for the net and he passed it in the direction of, I think he was kicking it out for a corner actually, but Kasper dived on it and caught it. I'm going to give Kasper a 5 for yesterday.
If I was Don Robertson, John, he would have gave that as a pass back. I 100% guarantee you that. So fair play to the referee there as well. The referee, easy for me to say. And the BBC gave 5.2. So very similar scores there, John. Then it was Ralston, John.
I'm not going to solely blame him for the goal because there was instance leading up to that. Carl McGregor giving the ball away in the halfway line and all that stuff. Putting the Celtic defence under pressure. Anthony, I just think the Motherwell wingers never feared him at all. I'll give Anthony he did some good things as well, I suppose. Got forward when he could. 5 for him as well.
Yep, 5.2 for the BBC. In fact, John, sorry, 5. Bang on, exact same score. Then we had over the other side, it was it Sirachi that started? Yeah, it was Sirachi, John. I like that boy, but he didn't have his best game. No, nobody had their best game on Saturday, but I like it. Look at him, Sirachi.
He gave away the penalty. Didn't think he was one of the worst players on the part. I thought he did okay. Wasn't great. Wasn't outstanding. Never shone like a light. But he was okay. I'll give him a 6.
5.4 for the BBC. Very accurate scores. I suppose it's just honesty, John. That's it. And you can only be honest in these situations when players are playing well if they're not playing too well. Then in the centre backs, John, we had big Cameron Carter Vickers and Scalesy, wasn't it? So we'll start with Big Vickers.
I thought Vickers was good. I thought it was half decent. I'll give him a 7.
Yeah, he's absolutely solid, the big man, isn't he? But the BBC only gave him 5.8. There you go, John. 5.8 for the BBC. I thought that was a bit low myself, actually. And then Big Scalesy, John, beside him. Good partnership we've got there. But beginning to concede some goals now, so we need to cut that out, obviously. So maybe that's where the BBC are getting their scores from. But John, what are you thinking, Big Scalesy?
I think Scalesy could have done better for the Motherwell goal, to be honest with you. Get right in, the striker get right in between the two of them, Carter Vickers and Scales. But I think Scales offered them too much space to get that goal, to get that away. So 6 for Liam. Other than that, I thought he was okay. Wasn't he fantastic? He was still spraying the forward passes, which I like about him. He's getting forward a lot and spraying the passes. He's no bad at that. But his job as a defender, first and foremost, and we conceded 2 goals, he gets a 6.
That's it, John. Bang on. And it's beginning to, it's beginning to get a wee bit worse. Everybody's performances is getting lower and lower, so that's the manager's job to make sure that's cut out into BBC give him 5.8, John, 5.8, so very similar there. Then we move into midfield. Callum's getting a bit of a rough time just now off the supporters, and he's finished, he's past it, his legs have gone, blah blah blah. I don't see it myself, John. I still think he's a brilliant central defensive midfielder for us. But what's your scoring for this particular game anyway, John?
I think Callum looked like he struggled yesterday, Xander. Gave the ball away in the halfway line for the goal as well. I think he was all over the place yesterday. He gets a 5 for me. I did think genuinely think he struggled yesterday.
Fair play, John. 5.3 from the BBC. Then we had who did we have midfield? Engels. When did he started the game? Arnie Engels, or did he come off the bench? I can't even remember. We'll start with Nigel anyway, John. We'll start with Rio started, didn't he? Rio Hatate started.
It was McCowan and Hatate.
Was it McCowan and Hatate? Right, John. Right, we'll start with McCowan then, John. What do you think, buddy?
He never did anything that stood out good for me. Look, McCowan, I thought he had quite a poor game, to be honest with you. One of the games I was looking forward to him getting off the pitch, so that says, he gets 4.5. Yeah,
5 from the BBC. And Rio Hatate, who's not really playing just now, is he? He's off form, same as quite a lot of the players, let's be honest, are sort of off form. That's why this international break came at a good time. But for Motherwell, John, what were you saying?
Again, I just think Rio's a player off form. I know he tries his best. He is good at picking out the passes out to the wings and stuff. He is good at that. But a quiet game by his standards with 5.5.
Yeah, Rio and the BBC got 4.9, John. So yeah, very accurate again. So yeah, he's according to the BBC, he was the best player in the park. I don't know about that, mind you, but there you go. Right, moving on. Let's get to the forward line. And we'll start with the wingers first. Daizen played through the middle, played on the right, played on the left. But we'll start with Tenecte, John. Again, another sort of quiet outing for him. But what are you thinking?
Offered no space going forward as usual when it comes to teams at Celtic Park. Putting a low block on. I think he struggled with that yesterday. Always try to get involved, of course. Always try to get on the ball. And I like his efforts are always there. He's full of heart. I'll give him a 6.
And that's exactly what the BBC gave him. All right, John. Fair play. And through the middle, we had the big man, Iniacho. Another goal for him, wasn't it? But it's try to get the service to him, isn't it? It's not really happening just now. But what are you thinking against Motherwell anyway, John?
I think he was good. I thought Iniacho was good. Like you say, he wasn't getting much service. But he's holding the ball up and picking out passes. I thought he was good, Xander. He gets a 7. Yeah,
again, for the BBC, John, against Motherwell, he got a 6.1. So 6.17. Yeah, it's sort of close enough, isn't it, I suppose. But yeah, I thought he was okay as well, John. And then, obviously, the sponsors man of the match, Daizen Maeda, scores the winning goal. He's on the left, as I say, he's on the right, he's playing through the middle, John. He's can play anywhere across that front line. But what were you thinking, Daizen Maeda, John?
I gave him a 2 halves for Daizen. I thought he had a poor first half, brilliant second half. Without being overly fantastic, mind you. But he gets a 7 for me. That winning goal, I mean, you maybe think 7.5 just because of that winning goal. But I think he had a poor first half and a brilliant second half. So it's kind of hard to mark him up. Because of that, I think that's why he's getting a 7 for me.
Yeah. Just looking here, John, I think they gave him a 6.7. So nobody over a 7, John. That's got to be a first for Celtic, isn't it? 7 is the high score for a 3-2 against a very decent Motherwell, John. Let's be honest, they were a good team.
Well, I do think Motherwell were good. I do. Credit to them for having a go. I think the problem yesterday with Celtic was, look, we're just after the back of a European game. Only a couple of days rest. and then a couple of days before. So they've played 3 games in 6 days or something like that. You know what I mean? So 3 games in 7 days. It's no easy. It does take its toll on the players, I think. And you could see Celtic were a yard off it yesterday, and I think that's probably the reason for that.
Yeah, totally agree, John. And a wee quick word on a couple of the subs that made a difference, John. I know some of them didn't make a difference, but the 2 that did make a difference, Nygren, he looked a wee bit sharper, to be honest with you. I know he was only on for about 25-30 minutes, but he looked good. And your man Balikwisha setting up the winning goal, John. A bit more direct from Balikwisha, John. Takes a wee turn, runs in towards the box rather than away from it, and fires across a stunning cross, pinpoint accuracy for the winning goal. So a wee quick score for Nygren and Balikwisha, John.
I thought Nygren changed it a wee bit for me. I think Nygren definitely made a difference. He gets it's hard to say, he was just on the park, 5 minutes basically. Well, half an hour. I'll give him a 5 for his time on the park and his goal. He was in the right place at the right time. Balikwisha, great cross to set up Daizen, got us a winning goal. He gets a 5 as well. But their subs, remember, they never played for a long spell.
No, that's it. And it's good scores for subs, John, because Nygren got a 6.3 on the BBC and Balikwisha got a 5. So Balikwisha was only on for 15 or 20 minutes, 20. So yeah. Well done, the boys. Hopefully they can kick on from here. But Nygren, it's good to see him back to some sort of form, because the last couple he's not been his usual self, has he? So that was good to see as well. Right, John. Man of the match. I know the sponsors was Daizen. I don't know if you want to go with anybody else or just stick to the sponsor.
I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to stick with Daizen, because if he wasn't on the park, and he was brave for that goal, really, really brave. For me, it's got to be Daizen Zander. I was going to say Carter Vickers just to be different, but because he did a good game as well. But no, I'll get to Daizen. Look, he got his a winning goal. Bravery. Celebrated it like it was his first goal at Celtic in a Champions League match or something. Aye, Daizen. Yeah,
Daizen made a for me as well, John. If it wasn't for a Celtic player, I would have given it to the Motherwell player that bagged the double. He looks like a decent player, actually, that boy. Stamatopoulos. If that's how you pronounce his name. Their forward, their striker, he looked decent. But no, Daizen Maeda gets the man of the match. Right, John, we've only got about 15 minutes left, so I want to do a quick results run through and a quick predictor, and maybe a couple of very quick comments if I've got the time. Right, John, so just bear with me, right? We'll run through this very quickly. Just stop if you want to have a wee word on any of these, John. Right, Dundee United 1, Livingston 1. You got that in our predictor, John, so that's a score for... Sorry, I got it, sorry. So that's a score for me, which makes it 12-5, John, right? But don't worry, you get one later on. Kilmarnock 2, St Mirren 0. Hearts 1, Hibs 0. We obviously know about that. It was a sickener, that one, wasn't it, John? Lenny's Dunfermline 0. Queen's Park 0. Snoozefest, St Johnstone 0. Scott Brown's Ayr United 0. Another Snoozefest. Berwick 1, Celtic B 3. Very decent result for the Celtic B team there. Aberdeen 4. Dundee 0. Good result for the Dons. The Dismals are back up and running. Falkirk 1, Rangers 1. That's the one you got, John. So congratulations. That puts you back up to 13-5. So at least we've got a couple on the scoreboard this week. And one I wanted to keep a wee eye on, John, I'm going to keep an eye on until we play them in a few weeks, is Sturm Graz. After beating Rangers, they got another one at the weekend away from home against Altach. It was Altach 0, Sturm Graz 2. So we'll keep a wee eye on there for them as we go forward, John. And as a wee quick predictor for this week, it's very difficult to do a midweek predictor, John, when it's international football, right? But let's do one anyway. There's only 5 games in this one, right? And we'll start with Scotland against Greece on Thursday night.
Greece are a good team, by the way. They're a decent team. I'm going to say 2-1 Scotland.
Are you, John? You want to go for a Scotland win?
I'm going to go for Scotland. I'll probably watch it because there's nothing else to watch, but I'll go for Scotland. 2-1.
It's very, very tough to pick Scotland just now into qualifiers. I don't like to go against Scotland, but I'm going to this time, John. I'm going to say 2-1 to Greece. Sorry, folks, but that's just the way I feel.
No, I don't blame you, because Greece are a very decent side. very decent side. I'm just going with Scotland. I don't know. I didn't even give it much thought. They did well in their last two games, getting 4 points at the last two games, might give them a bit of confidence. So Scotland for me.
Right. Okay, fair enough, John. And this one means nothing to us whatsoever. It's just into the predictor to add to the list, John. It's nothing to do with Celtic, nothing to do with anything like that. And there's always a wee link when we do a predictor, to whether it's Scottish leagues or whatever, John. But this one's nothing to do with it. England against Wales, sort of a derby down there, isn't it? England and Wales. They don't like each other, but we're going to add it to the predictor. What do you think, John?
2-0 England.
I'm going to go the draw, John. One each. There you go. What do you think of that? One each. No chance. Right, John. Let's get to the under-21s for Scotland. Scotland under-21s against Gibraltar. I picked this because it's going to be a cricket score. Well, it should be a cricket score. But what's your predictor for this one, John? This will be tough.
3-0 Scotland.
3-0. Is that all? 5-0 for me. Okay. And obviously our Japanese boys are away on international duty, John, so I picked this one as well just because of that. It gives us a wee excuse, if you like, to keep a wee eye on Japan. Japan versus Paraguay on Friday, John. That's a tough one for the Japanese team. What were you thinking for this predictor, John?
I don't think it's a 3-1 Japan.
Yeah, at home. Yeah, get that home advantage. It's tough, isn't it? 3-1. 3-1's a good score, actually, but I don't want to be the same. I'll say 2-1 to Japan, John. All right. And last of all, in this predictor, midweek predictor, we'll do another one at the weekend, folks. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, remember, for the podcast. East Fife from Japan. From Japan to East Fife, John. To Fife, sorry. It's East Fife against Celtic B in the Challenge Cup on Friday night, John. What do you think?
And don't forget, everybody, this is the one for your predictor for the big league table. Don't forget to get your result in for this game, or you'll miss out on your chance to win 3 points. But I'm going to go for a Celtic B win. 4-2 Celtic B.
Yeah, after a stunning 3-1 win at the weekend there, John, against Berwick. And they're away from home again, so they're doing okay away from home. I don't know, John. I'm going to say after the 90 minutes, one each, John, after 90 minutes. Then I'll go to extra time and penalties, blah, 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 if it does. But I don't know if it does. I don't know how that Challenge Cup works out. It could be a league table, it could be a knockout, I don't know. But I'm going to say one each after 90 minutes anyway, John. Right, that's the predictor, John. If you want to run through a few quick comments, buddy.
Aye, I don't know how the Challenge Cup works, actually. I've not watched it. It might be straight into penalties instead of extra time, one of the ones. I'm not really sure, Xander.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, John. I know maybe at the start of this Challenge Cup, it's a league phase, but then I think it goes into knockouts. I don't know if it's at the knockout or if it's in the league. But very unprofessional of me there, no checking that out. But it's just part of the predictor, John. And by the way, you're right. Get your guesses in, folks. 25-player league on the right-hand side. Get your guesses in there for the 3 points. We're still looking for 3 new players as well, by the way. 3 new players required. Get your name in if you're interested. I should have said that at the very start. And we'll get you added to the league table. But anyway, John, that's it for predictor anyway. Good luck to everybody with that. Right, John, it'll be 5 minutes to go if you have any comment for us, buddy.
Right, Ginja Ninja says he was doing so well talking about Russell Martin.
He was doing so well. It's a shame, isn't it? He was doing so well for us, John, because the doom and gloom round about Celtic Park was lifted slightly with what was going on over there with Russell Martin, etc., John. So yeah, he'll be sadly missed.
Sadly missed. Judy says, gutted. What a pity. Thank you for your service, Agent Martin, which is that's what Celtic fans call every flop at Rangers, isn't it? Agent Wait, Agent Green, Agent this, Agent that.
Yeah, he did a splendid job, didn't he?
Right, moving on.
Yeah, move on, yeah.
Right, Frank Martin says, poor guy, never given a chance. He will be sorely missed.
Yeah, he wasn't given a long enough chance. I was hoping for at least another 2 months with him in charge. Maybe if Rangers would have won at the weekend, we'd still be in charge. Who knows? But anyway, he's gone now. So yeah, never give him a chance, was he, John?
No, next up. It's going to give the guy a chance, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
130 days in charge and he gets sacked.
Yeah, that's it.
Never mind. 420 somewhere says next.
Next, yeah, next. Slippy G's on his way.
Aye, well, you better hope for a return of COVID then.
Yeah, well, that's no kidding aside, John, that is bang on. What has he done for your Rangers? Absolutely nothing. So hopefully it is Slippy G, John. He can keep put in his box as well, John, to be honest with you. That'd be quite funny.
Well, their fans seem to forget this. They think that guy was a huge success. He won it in COVID. Lockdowns, no fans. Players all falling ill with COVID and all that. It's no great achievement that Rangers fans get over it. Slippy G is a bad manager and I hope he returns and he'll get shown for what he is. An absolute dud.
Yeah, and you've got to bear in mind, I know I've been over this 1,000 times, right? But you've got to bear in mind. Okay, it doesn't matter, John. On you go, John. Next comment. Right,
bring on Slippy anyway. Stringology McHugh says, shame. I was enjoying that.
I was enjoying it as well, to be honest with you. Every single. And do I know what I liked about Russell Martin, by the way? He couldn't care less. His attitude was whatever, or these things happen, or is what it is. You know, I think that's what was enraging the Rangers supporters, John. So absolutely brilliant for Russell Martin. He gave us what we wanted at the start of this season. Are you there, John?
Aye, sorry, I was muted there, Xander.
No bother, John.
Anyway, I was just saying. Well, I was talking there and I didn't know I was muted. I was talking about the Mad Scotsman getting his 3-2 predictor right to give him 6 points on the board. Need to keep an eye on him.
Yeah, the Mad Scotsman's slowly but surely. I mean, there was one at the very start, and now we're 6 weeks into this, and he's got another one. So a big gap between the two results there for him. But I think because of Celtic's performances and form, John, it's very difficult to predict a Celtic score just now. I mean, who else predicted 3-2 at Celtic? It's a brilliant prediction, to be fair to him.
Very good prediction, aye, and I said that when I was muted. It's a brilliant prediction, a 3-2. I got a 4-3, by the way, which was a good prediction. I don't think it was a Celtic game, mind you, but I got a 4-3.
Yeah,
Celtic won 4-3 against anybody? I can't remember.
Don't think it was Celtic, John. I didn't remember you getting a 4-3 actually, but yeah, you got a 9-1 as well. So you know, these things happen. These people do get these very, very difficult predictions right. Well, you know.
Do you know what the BBC would say about me then? It's the stuff of champions, know what I mean?
The stuff of champions, aye. Hopefully we can get back to this no conceding as many goals, and then we can get some more points on the board for everybody, John, because that's why there's not been too many correct ones, because we're conceding too many goals just now.
It's just hard to predict Celtic right now. That's why there's no many correct. It's all the draws and all that stuff. Celtic are unpredictable, so anybody getting a scoreline correct right now is doing really well, and that 3-2 was a peach. Anyway, moving on, well done, Mad Scotsman. Next up was Paul Maguire, who says, brilliant manager. We're on this Russell Martin thing still.
Right. Aye, he is a good manager. As I say, John, his wee quotes I thought were hilarious. Whatever is what it is. You know, these things happen. You know, after they're getting gubbed in Europe and
aye, classic. You know, oh well.
Oh well, I'm going up the road. Brilliant.
Aye. That's his attitude though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Getting pumped with Diddy teams. Oh well. That's life.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah, good luck to Russell Martin, by the way. He seemed a decent guy.
Yeah, he didn't actually deserve the grief and the hassle, to be fair. So, as you say, good luck to him, John.
Oh well. Anyway.
Yeah. Moving on.
Chris Engineer says gutted.
Yeah, as well a lot.
Magnus Moat says he was doing brilliant.
He was doing a fantastic job there. Couldn't have asked for better, to be honest with you.
We would never sell our club says gutted. He was doing a great job and will be sorely missed and gave us great laughter during his tenure as Sevco boss.
He sure did. Great comment. Cheers, pal.
Oh well.
Ah well. These things happen.
Next up was Dougie Sweeney. All good things must come to an end.
It doesn't last forever, does it? So we had our joys, we had our jollies. We just need to wait another few weeks for more jollies, I'm afraid.
Aye. Stuart McLaren says, don't understand why he's been sacked.
Oh, still getting jollies.
These are getting funnier as they go on.
Ah, brilliant. Keep going, John, keep going.
Jason Gray says, just as long as this, Jason's a Rangers fan, by the way.
All right.
So we'll get a Rangers fan's perspective. Just as long as he isn't replaced by Gerrard or Dyche, or Dyke, however you pronounce that, or I'm gone. Or I'm done. Get in Lillian. I don't know who Lillian or Dyke is, by the way.
Lillian Gish.
Lillian Gish, aye. So just get rid of him. Anyway, he says he's looking for a German or go down the road of Aberdeen and Motherwell. Even from the second tier in one of them countries. This guy's not making sense, by the way. This is how I'm reading how he's wrote it.
Mm-hmm.
A Spaniard. He wants a German or a Spaniard, but he doesn't want Gerrard. That's basically what he's saying. All
right. These things happen, I suppose.
And if they kept Gio Van Bronckhorst, they would have been Champions League regulars.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I mean,
well, you don't know.
He did get a chance. He got into a European final, John. So there you go. Maybe he's got a wee point there. No Champions League regulars, mind you, but definitely in Europa League every year. Doing well.
Thanks for your comment anyway, Jason.
Cheers, Jason.
And we would never sell our club. Finishes it by saying, so no more trips to Loch Lomond then.
No more trips to Loch Lomond for the time being. I don't think the new manager will take them to Loch Lomond. That was hilarious, John Winter, let's be honest. That whole Loch Lomond thing was just the icing on the cake. You know, we were going through our own troubles and we needed something to put a smile on our face, and that was the tonic that we all needed at that time.
Aye, well, this is it, isn't it? It was. I still think it was a punishment exercise. If he's losing another game, he's going back into the pond. Something like that. I don't know. I don't know what was going on. It's the strangest thing I've ever heard. Maybe it was a team bonding session. I really don't know, but it was the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life when it comes to the game.
Nuts, but funny, John. Nuts. But these things happen, I suppose. Right, John, we'll call it a day there, right? That was quite funny at the end. Thanks for cheering us up there. Okay, we are now back in action for a wee while, so it's international stuff just now. We'll do another podcast on Wednesday. I don't know what we're going to talk about, to be honest with you, so hopefully there's something happening in the news. But we will be back. We keep to a promise. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, folks, we'll be back, as Arnie says. Wednesday, we'll get the podcast out there, John. So, secondly, John, only the 2 points behind the Hearts. It's just onwards and upwards, hopefully, from now on.
Aye, well, let's hope. It's hopefully a wee bit of good news tonight, and that hopefully brings us all back together again as the Celtic community. Look, we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen the other night, but we're all hoping for something good. I look forward to seeing it anyway, reading the news about what actually happens there. Fingers crossed, it's good news.
Yeah, fingers crossed. All right, John, we'll park it there. Thanks for coming on, buddy. We'll see you on Wednesday. Thank you, everybody, for all your comments, all the regulars, Roseanne, we never sell our club, Claire, all the rest of them. One Club Society 88. Well done to Mad About Football, or the Mad Scotsman as he's called now, getting the prediction. Well done to you, sir. And thank you, everybody, for leaving your comments comments and your likes and your subscriptions. It's very much appreciated. John, catch you on Wednesday, buddy.
See you Wednesday, Xander. Hail, hail.
Hey, everybody.